And good day to everybody. How's everything going out there? I hope everybody's having pain-free days, getting high, whichever group you're on. Guts and glory. And everybody, all my groups, hi, I'm here again. This is a continuing story on industrial hemp. Talking about industrial hemp, and I bring up again the DEA and their bullshit, talking about rescheduling it. They want to reschedule not marijuana, cannabis plants. They want to reschedule as a narcotic, cannabidiol, CBD. It's non-psychoactive. The definition of a narcotic is something that produces euphoria. Cannabidiol does not. That's why if you have kids have seizures and they're all locked up, you take a little drop of CBD oil and you rub it on their gums in the middle of the seizure. Epileptics, Dravet's, all kinds of seizure disorders. Boom! Within a minute for some, okay? Kids... There's a couple stories of these kids, Landon and Charlotte's Web, 200 plus seizures a day. Non-psychoactive, non-addicting cannabidiol, which is already present in our DNA, is safe, and all it does is it stops the seizures. And the DEA wants to outlaw that. Does that make any sense? Okay? Charlotte's Web, look it up on the web. It's this girl's story of how she went to cannabis. There's another story about a Krista May, MS. She was locked up, couldn't even hardly talk or anything, just, moved in a wheelchair with a little handle and couldn't talk too much. And she was like dead set against drugs and marijuana and everything like that. She finally gave in and tried marijuana, and it killed her pain immediately. She said she turned around 100% and tells us that weed is not a drug. Weed is not an addictive, opiate, narcotic. It isn't. Okay, I'm taking marijuana with my opiates, and I never feel a symptom of withdrawal. My pain level goes up. That's when I know I've missed my morphine. I don't get the shakes. I don't get the sweats. I don't go, oh my God, I gotta have a fix. I don't even always take all 4 of the 30 milligram immediate release a day. Sometimes I only need 3. Why? Because I'm taking the non-psychoactive hemp oil, as well as my medical marijuana with THC content for the euphoria, which I don't get because my pain level is so high. I never get high. I get pain relief. I never hit that point where I can say I'm buzzed. I don't get couch lock. I get uplifted because I don't have the pain. And the pain makes me sit and not want to do anything. I wouldn't be doing these videos. I would not be shouting out to the world that marijuana is a miracle cure and CBD by itself is a miracle cure if I did not believe in it, and if it did not help me do these videos. I would not be doing this if I was just on morphine therapy. I wouldn't be, because of the marijuana. It attenuates the symptoms of addiction. Yes, I can quit cigarettes if I want. The reason I smoke cigarettes is because my weed is harsh. It's high potent. Roughs my throat up and I cough because I've been smoking for too long. But I smoke a few cigarettes a day and it cools my throat off. Menthols. I used to be a Marlboro Red guy. But anyway, menthols soothe my throat and I can smoke my weed. And I always have a vape for when my throat's really raw and I can't, then I use the vape because the vape is potent. You get 98% of the THC in your lungs and only 2% comes out in the vapor. That's it. And it dissipates quickly. So nobody around you gets a contact high off the vape. They can barely smell it. I sit there in the bedroom at night before, Debbie's already in bed sleeping. I'm hitting my vape. She doesn't smell it, because she'd wake up if she smelled me smoking buds. Okay? So the DEA is thinking of rescheduling cannabidiol, CBD, non-psychoactive, hemp-derived medicine that kills seizures in children. Phew, knocks them out. I was talking about Charlotte, 200 plus seizures a day with Dravet syndrome. Grand malls, even. We're talking the clenched teeth, the foaming in the mouth, the shakes, the locked up like a board. You can't even move them. You can't bend but you couldn't bend a joint. You couldn't move their fingers. They're just so tight because of these fits. Okay? With this CBD, non-psychoactive, non-addicting, you do not even know you took it until you start saying, wow, I feel healthy and well. I don't feel high. You don't get high. CBD is anti-high. The more CBD in a strain of marijuana to smoke, the less buzz you get. CBD knocks out the THC. But the THC, even in then, has a positive effect on your brain's neurons. Yes, that's what THC is great for. THC marijuana for Alzheimer's clears off the neurons, lets people remember who they are and who is laying in bed next to them is their wife, not a stranger. Alzheimer's is the shit. Okay, and so is Dravet syndrome and these seizure disorders in children. And now the DEA wants to illegalize this. Does this make any sense at all? Yes, when you look at it this way. Big Pharma is throwing billions of dollars out there. They're producing almost 200 medications per year. Now, you can't tell me they're doing full-blown clinical trials. And they're telling us we have to do full-blown clinical trials on marijuana, when in 10,000 years, nobody has died from marijuana. Unless you're killed by a serial killer whose name was marijuana. Or a bale of it falls on you. That's it. 1,500 pounds in 15 minutes is how much marijuana you would have to smoke to overdose. Let me tell you, your brain has a switch. When it gets so much THC, it shuts off. Gotta get this person off here. That's it. Your brain will not let you get too high. And it will not let you, it stops the THC from affecting you. Like a switch. You can throw more THC in there and it's not going to do anything else. And when it comes to CBD, cannabidiol, the anti-high, okay? Anti-weed Nazis, listen up. Stop your propaganda. CBD is safer than everything under your kitchen sink. It's safer than Windex. It's safer than baby aspirin. I just brought out that. Children can have undiagnosed bleeding disorders. And you're giving them baby aspirin. You can have a bleed out. You can give your kid a stroke from baby aspirin. Guess what? There is not one single iota bit of bad in cannabidiol. It's all good. Your body's receptors are there for the purpose of utilizing cannabinoids. And just denying the right to use this plant-based medicine, denying farmers. This used to be money back in the day. Back in the 1776 to 1937, hemp was used for money, as barter. Okay? George Washington, Abe Lincoln smoked. Carl Sagan, Bill Gates, they all smoked. But my big beef is DEA and making pharmaceuticals, Ritalin and Adderall, synthetic methamphetamines for your children. And now OxyContin for 11-year-olds, where whole plant cannabis, or no, skip that, not even whole plant cannabis, CBD alone, just the CBD, helps all of those disorders safely. No psychoactivity. The only problem with cannabidiol is big pharma and money. Hooking our kids on OxyContin at 11 years old. That's synthetic freaking heroin. Where ADHD, come on in. All curable, treatable, or maintained by cannabidiol all by itself, not just marijuana. This isn't a marijuana post I'm talking about today. I won't even, well, I gotta hit my vape. I need the pain relief. I can't walk straight. It's still chilly, it's in the 50s. Ah! A flasher. Sorry. I feel better. Why do I feel better? I take the cannabidiol. CBD drops. Hold on. Pause. Shit, which one's pause? Okay. 11:36. This is turning into an all CBD, anti-DEA, anti-big pharma post. I was going to talk about hemp industry, but I have too much to say about the big pharma and the CBD. This is CBD orange oil, okay? Per dropper there is a full spectrum CBD hemp oil, 1 milliliter per dropper. I do not feel high. You hold it under your tongue. Let it get soaked in. It goes right into your system. I'm not going to feel high from it. It's not going to do anything that I can see or that you can see. It does nothing like that. My morphine makes me woozy sometimes, and very rarely. Mostly it's my pain in my hips and my knees making me walk like this. Okay? But this stuff right here, this cannabidiol, you can give this to your children. The kid could get this bottle and drink it. And guess what? You don't need to call poison control. You do not. That's how safe it is. The most your kid might get is a sick stomach from all the stevia. And, because it's thick, syrupy, sweet. Makes your kid feel a little sick to the stomach. I get that from Orange Crush soda. The Orange Crush soda makes me feel woozy and sick because it's syrupy, sweet. So your kid could drink this, and the only problem they're going to have is a upset stomach, maybe. But you know what it's going to do? If there is anything wrong in your child's body, or in your body, like mine, this stuff goes to the receptors that you already have, that I have, you have. All vertebrate life, including sea squirts and nematodes, submicroscopic organisms, have an endocannabinoid system. We require cannabinoids, like CBD. I take a dropper 3 times a day, 1 dropper under the tongue. I do not feel anything happen, but I wake up feeling great. I have been waking up. I'm sleeping on the floor now, on a big, thick cushion that sucks me in so that I can sleep. I have to sleep in one position, locked into that position, semi-fetal on my right side. It's the only way I can sleep. The other way, I get reflux, my shoulder pops out of joint, my arm completely falls asleep to where I have no blood flow. If I lay on my left side, I can't. I can only lay like this, right here on the couch, or in my bed now. And my bed's on the floor. I sit down on it, semi-cross-legged on the floor, and I play a few games of Sudoku. I drink a couple drinks of soda. I relax. I smoke my vape. Didn't even see any vapor. 98% of the THC went in my lungs. That's why this 250 milliliter lasts me a few weeks. Cost $30. Actually dropped the price. It used to be $46. I'm going to buy an extra battery for it too. The vape I feel immediately. Pain relief. Not a buzz. I don't get buzzed because of my pain. As an offshoot to this, pain management, and opiates, they cannot qualify a lethal dose for morphine because it's all dependent on the pain. Some people that are dying, laying in bed, they give them a button to push for their morphine so they can dose themselves. The machine will stop them at a certain point. But the doses they're taking is more than I'm taking. And I'm taking enough for breakfast. I take enough morphine for breakfast to kill 3 grown men. I take a 60 milligram time release and a 30 milligram immediate release. Now for a man who has nothing wrong with him, no pains, no nothing, takes that pill, takes a 30 milligram immediate release, in 20 minutes he's going to be falling over, in 45 minutes he'll be dead. My pain level is so high that I have to take 240 milligrams of morphine a day, and smoke marijuana, and I don't get high. I feel pain relief. And now the DEA wants to deny that. Well, they've been denying it with prohibition. It's been the individual states under the 10th Amendment that they can make the marijuana laws over and above because it's not stated in the Constitution. All powers not stated in the Constitution can be relegated to the state's governments or Commonwealth, like Massachusetts. Oh, I don't need another dropper. But I'm saying this stuff is so safe your child can drink it and you do not need to call poison control. It's like you drank water. The only thing is this water hits every cell in your body positively to make you healthy. That's what CBD does. It makes you healthy. There's many people that can't take THC marijuana. They have to have high CBD strains. Very low THC. They can't handle the high. It's not them personally, it's their brain. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Except when it comes to the ECS, the endocannabinoid system. We all have it. And this is a requirement to our cells in our body for healing. The healing of the mind and the body and the soul and the aura and just an overall feeling of wellness. I get it from CBD and I don't notice it. I notice a little bit of pain relief when I smoke my weed. I feel some pain relief after my morphine's in my system. It takes me 20 minutes before I start feeling a little pain drop. Never feel high. I can jump up and walk into the kitchen now. I used to have to push myself up and use this table to stand up. Step over here and slowly take my hand away and try not to fall over. Yes, that's how I had to get up. Ta-da! Remember that George Michael video? Look at my butt! I hated that video. Anyway, 20 minutes. I've been just bullshitting along here. But I'm just talking about CBD. And the wrongness of the DEA to start thinking about rescheduling this as a narcotic. As I said, your child could drink it and you don't have to call poison control. Your child will get healthy. Can you hear that in there? That's the sound of health. Healing. The healing of the body with a requirement of our body. We require iron in our liver. There's receptors for it. Now we have the endocannabinoid receptors. What does that tell you? That it's a necessity to the body, just like iron is for our liver and our blood. Okay? That's why the old folks gotta take me. I'm an old folk now. I'm over 50. I'm 55 plus. I'm an old folk. So, I need iron. Okay? Sure. It's supposed to help perk me up. Never has in the past. I'm not going to try it. I get enough in my foods. But this stuff here is required by our bodies, by the endocannabinoid system. And the people out there that I call the anti-weed Nazis, about 6 minutes ago, the people I call the anti-weed Nazis, all they're doing is spewing propaganda. Because let me tell you something. Marijuana is not evil, it is not the devil's seed, and Christians Against Drugs, get off your high frickin' horses saying that sweeping the nation, dabs are sweeping the nation, and killing millions of teenagers. I think that would have been in the news. You know what a dab is? It's this oil. This thick oil. I just take a little bit, a dab with my knife, and I roll the dab on my blunt. It's sticky tar, like oil. That's why I can hold it like this. It'll take all day to settle. I dropped it on its side once and it started going to the lid. I got to it just in time before it started getting stuck to the lid. But you dab it on the joint and you smoke it like a joint. That's it. I could try to put some on this, but this is my straight buds. But this Christians Against Drugs saying the dabs are injected in the eyes, and then the ingredients is 95% demon semen. Yes, 91.5%, I think. I thought that was so stupid. They're even taking that oil, that dab oil, which, by the way, is 80 to 95% pure THC. And they take a bud of weed and soak it in that oil, and then they roll it in the keef powder, the leftovers, after you grind. And it's called a space rock. And you smoke it like hash. Everything I smoke is high THC. But this is the issue. Okay, this stuff here from AON, Mother Nature, AON American. Tracy Morgan Gibson, CBD, Hemp Saved Me, on Facebook. Hempsavedme.com. Hempsavedme.com. Go to her storefront. This is $26 per month. Within a week, you will be feeling better. My wife was feeling very bad. 5 minutes left. Worse and worse for the last 18 months. Just last week, she told me to start telling her story. Because she used to feel full inside, had a hiatal hernia. Fortunately, her breast cancer didn't come back, but she had shoulder surgery. She was feeling cramped and full inside, and all the doctors could say was IBD. A fallback. That's all they did, was had a fallback of IBD. That's all they could come up with. But her whole system was just feeling down. She's taking the AON products, the chaga mushroom blend with 10 milligrams CBD. I don't know how many milligrams I'm getting here. Well, I guess 1 milligram per dropper, so milligrams, milliliters, same thing. But the 10 milligrams CBD with chaga mushroom, and my wife turned around after 18 months of trying everything. Okay? She was taking so much ibuprofen, I was getting scared. Okay, now she doesn't need it because her pain levels have dropped. She's gotten her energy back. She feels lighter inside. She can move her shoulder better. The pain's gone from the shoulder surgery acting up. All this has happened to my wife positively, and she never got high. I don't think she even gets high from my contact stuff, because I smoke in the living room next to her, but she doesn't get high. She doesn't feel it. But the CBD products have helped her, healed her. The children with syndromes, that seizures, that 200 plus seizures a day. And the DEA wants to illegalize this. This safe little thing here that your child can drink without having to call poison control. That's it. That's it. That's so simple to think, okay? This is safer than what's in your refrigerator. Okay? And your liquor cabinet. What happens when your kid gets into your liquor cabinet? Okay? It can get alcohol poisoning so fast because they're so small. Their systems cannot handle much alcohol. But if you get a kid, and kids sometimes can take really weird tasting things and it doesn't bother them. I used to suck on lemons and my mom said I never squinted and never got the tart face. Any citrus fruits, I still eat oranges like that sometimes. When I had a blood sugar attack, I'd eat the peel. I'd eat it like an apple. But that's all it was. It made me feel better. And this is in our system. This stuff is in our system already. Moms produce cannabinoids naturally in their milk without ever ingesting weed. I'll lose my fizz. To illegalize cannabidiol has got to be the worst thing that the DEA could ever do. And Big Pharma and Big Oil are behind it because hemp industry alone, which I have to get back to in another video. This one is just a bitch about the DEA. Send me up to state and federal level. I don't care. Listen to me, lawmakers, congressmen, senators, judges, lawyers, and such. To illegalize CBD is to kill many, many people because you'll force them to use Big Pharma's poisonous pharmaceuticals that get into your system and do not belong there. Chemotherapy and radiation get in your DNA for life. You already have the endocannabinoid system. So how can more cannabinoids hurt you? They can't. They heal you. And to illegalize CBD products is going to be the worst thing that could ever happen. Okay, everybody's whining about global warming and climate change. Let's save the human frickin' race first. And the forests, because when I get into hemp industry and all the things that we can do and all the things that we can save by using hemp in industry, I'll be going over more. But free cannabidiol from the DEA's bullshit, rescheduling it as a narcotic. This thing is not a narcotic. Not if your child can drink this without anything being wrong with them. It will help them. It heals. 29 minutes. Peace out. Free marijuana from the prison of ignorance. Keep hemp legal.